Hello everyone, welcome back to Property Couple. My name is Lia. If you're new here, this is mine and my husband's channel where we talk all about property investing, business and working together as a couple. Now, today I wanted to talk about an exit strategy, the Airbnb exit strategy. Right now, I'm stood in a London Airbnb. I stayed here last night. Great location though, I'm right by Harrods. So I'm in like centre of Knightsbridge, beautiful location. And I thought to myself, this is a great opportunity to talk about Airbnbs. We all use them, we all book them. I actually found this one on booking.com. So when I say Airbnb, I'm just sort of talking about serviced accommodation as a strategy. I get a lot of questions about it. And AK and I don't actually do the serviced accommodation strategy. However, I wanted to talk about Naomi's property, which we showed you a couple of months ago on our channel, that she has turned into a successful Airbnb. So let's rewind a little bit. About this time a year ago, Naomi bought this property on a very quaint street in Leicestershire in an area called Melton Mowbray. It could only be described as the worst house on the best street. It was exactly what they tell you to buy when it comes to property investing. It was overgrown, it was tired, it needed a lot of love, care and attention. So Naomi picked it up for a good price at auction. They then refurbished it. And the idea all along, which we said in our first video, was for them to flip it and sell it to a lovely family and make a nice chunky profit to put into their next property project. Now let's just take you back around the property when it was finished and give you a little speedy walkthrough of what it looked like when it was done.
Today we are back at a property that we visited just before Christmas and we wanted to show you the final reveal on it because they've completely finished now.
I am super excited to see what it looks like and what they've done with the place.
Coming in, nice brand new front door here, absolutely lovely. This is a really lovely little cloakroom. I've just seen how nice the sink is as well. That is like the perfect downstairs loo. Let's move onwards. So straight away you come into family living room. So this is really beautiful. So much natural light coming into this room with this massive window here. And you could just imagine yourself like soaking up the sun, sitting on the sofa, scrolling on your phone, watching TV, chilling in here. Do you remember when that was all just open into the kitchen and that was what wall there?
Yeah, this was completely open, so they've actually created this separate living space now, which is great, and we'll go into the kitchen next actually. I really like the colour, it's really sort of like neutral, it's quite a sort of a modern vibe with this kind of pale grey. Coming to this kitchen, it feels like a great space to be, and the first thing I said to Lia and to Nay as well was I could imagine cooking in here, dining room table over there with everyone eating, and it feels quite sociable.
You might remember as well that there was this conservatory space here. So what Naomi and Lee have decided to do is just tidy it up with some new flooring, and then they've cleaned out this frame as well to these sliding doors. And honestly, they ran out of budget when it came to the roof, but I think that's more than presentable. It looks great, it's a different space. And I think what's really amazing about this property is just the size of the garden. So the garden before, it was wild. Like it was just, you couldn't see the ground, it was crazy. The amount of garden clearance they've done is insane. I think honestly that big garden will be one of the things that sells this house. All the way through here you've got another little separate living space, which I could see as like maybe a kids playroom or an office space with a desk. This is where I would have washer, dryer and pantry, storage, extra space. You can see like underneath here, we've also got loads of storage over here that you could use, or even have the washer dryer there and have fridge, freezer and stuff under here. So
take a look upstairs.
Yeah, let's go up the stairs now.
Nice.
First bedroom here on the mezzanine floor. It's a small one, so.
But you look tiny. Like honestly, the camera now is amazing, the angle, because look how much room there is there.
It's so funny. All right.
Follow me to the second floor. No, I'm joking. It's just this small sort of mezzanine sort of area. But what we're going to do now is take you into the master bedroom, which is an absolutely fantastic size. And it boasts these huge windows that I'm obsessed about in this place. And then remember this ensuite in here, which when I first saw it, I was like, that is tiny, that can't be an ensuite. But it looks so much bigger now that it's done, because you walk in and you've got this beautiful walk-in shower here, big enough for two. Or maybe 3, whatever you're into. So we've got this great shower here.
So shall I take us into the next bedroom?
Take us away.
Okay, so it's really big. This is really, really nice. So we'll go to the family bathroom now, which is right opposite from this room. And this is lovely. It's really, really nice and big.
Really nice family bathroom. Another smaller room in the house.
Yeah.
Really wide windows, lets a lot of light in. So much space in this house, and I can't get over how nicely they finished it. I think we're going to make an offer. Then we'll make an offer. Okay.
You are funny.
Family discount. And,
He's sold. God, no, honestly, so pleased with how well they've done it. It's amazing. It's a really beautiful flip.
Such a good job.
So as you can see in the refurb, there was no furniture. It was obviously leaving it open to interpretation for a family to move all their stuff in. It was beautifully presented. There was really nothing that needed doing to it at all. It's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath property. I always find the 2.5 really funny. So 2 bathrooms and 1 extra loo downstairs. And Naomi said to us, hey guys, do you mind not putting this on your channel until it's sold? And we said, of course, you know, we don't want to jinx it. And we also don't want to show anything until it is done. You don't want to talk about a deal that's not quite done yet. Well, what happened was the property just didn't sell for the price that Naomi was hoping for. She had a few offers, but they weren't close enough to the asking price. And in the end, she started to think about other exits. And this happens a lot in property, you know. Me and AK had a care home conversion that we thought we would rent out to young working professionals. It ended up becoming a social housing property that houses vulnerable people. You think you know what the exit's going to be. Most of the time it works out, but sometimes it doesn't. And I thought it was a very real thing to discuss because, you know, no one really wants to say, hey, you know, I had this deal. It didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. It can feel like you failed. But actually what's happened in this case is that Naomi has turned her auction flip into a really successful up and running Airbnb. The first month got completely booked up and they got their first really good review. But let's talk about a few things they had to do to get to that place. So first up, the house was completely empty. It needed fully furnishing. That was that extra expense of fully furnishing the house. The furniture in these professional photos that she's had taken, it's not cheap. It's really premium looking. It's really premium furniture. She's not gone down the route of going, okay, it's going to be an Airbnb. I'm going to do it as cheaply as possible. So she's furnished this property really nicely. And the hope is that with that slightly more expensive nightly rate, the kinds of people that are going to book the place will hopefully be very considerate, very mindful. So that's kind of the expectation there. Quite the exit. You know, if I go on Airbnb right now and I try to book the next available month for Naomi's Airbnb, at full capacity, that's $6,600 per month. Now, obviously, we can't expect that an Airbnb is going to be fully booked every day, always. But at just 50% occupancy, the property is still very much positively cash flowing. I know a lot of people would probably say, what's the monthly mortgage? You know, if they're getting $6,000 a month, is it $2,000 mortgage? At the moment, there is no mortgage on that property. The income for them would be purely profit, which is obviously a very different deal for a lot of us that are using perhaps OPM, other people's money, or leveraging our money further to recycle it into the next deal. So let's just talk a little bit about management. Now, 15% plus VAT is going towards an Airbnb management. Now, these guys who Naomi sent me their details of fully manage the property. They respond to all the Airbnb listings. They're responsible for the page on Airbnb. They're responsible for all of that. They're also responsible for the turnarounds, the cleaning, etc., etc. So it's a fairly hands-off approach for Naomi. And if in the future she was like, you know what, I don't want to do Airbnb anymore, I want to try and sell it again, you know, mortgage rates are coming down, people are buying again, that is an option for her. But I just think it's a really, really nice in between with the potential of being a long-term strategy to have it as an Airbnb. And I'm seeing it more and more. For those of you guys that follow me and AK in our personal lives, you'll know that we recently moved to Guildford in Surrey, and we temporarily moved into an Airbnb for the first month whilst we were down there, just so that we could get going on the property project we're working on. We spoke to the Airbnb owner saying, you know, could we just stay here for longer? And she said, no, I'm selling it. I've been trying to sell it for a while. And whilst trying to sell it, I've had it listed as an Airbnb. I thought that was really interesting. So I found her property on Rightmove, more and more people are doing this. They're saying, oh, I can't sell it right now, so I'm just going to Airbnb it for a bit. They're getting fully booked because there's so much demand in the rental market that sometimes people just go, I'll look for a 3-month-long Airbnb, or I'll do these little in-betweeners. And that's exactly what's kind of happened here with Naomi's auction find that they flipped, couldn't sell, and now they're having it as an Airbnb. And that's the silver lining, is that it's actually been fully booked for the first month. They've got their first really good review, and the first sort of couple of bookings on Airbnb are for that slightly reduced nightly rate to get those first few people through the door, to get those really good reviews. That's my thoughts on that. I hope you guys have enjoyed that video. Thank you to Naomi for letting us share her property project online. You know, it can be kind of exposing, you know, to show like a property project that you're doing, and you can feel like everyone's judging me for this deal that, you know, didn't work out. But I actually think it worked out way better than flipping it, especially those guys were in the position that they didn't actually need the money from the flip. So that is quite a privileged position to be in. But if they do want to flip it one day and take that gain and put it into the next project, then they can. So that's really exciting. I will see you guys next week for another video. Apologies that it's been pretty slow this side. To say it has been hectic would be an understatement. It's just been crazy busy. But I want to say thank you as well for 20,000 subscribers. I honestly, like, we just started this channel just to document like our properties. I really didn't know it would ever be a thing. I didn't know I'd have people coming to me for like mentoring and coaching with their property projects, and I'm finding a lot of fulfillment from helping people, and it's becoming really, really amazing to like build a little community here. So I just want to say thanks to everyone, and just thanks to people that have been following me for years on YouTube, in my personal life, like just, and that sort of things. I know I don't share so much, you know, I don't really share much on my personal YouTube anymore. I do show up on Instagram, and if I can start to post more, I will, but I just don't want to make any promises because life is so busy. But yeah, thanks everyone. Hoping you all have a fantastic week. I am now going to check out of this lovely little Airbnb that I'm in. I might go and have a little wander around the shops as a little celebration to celebrate 20,000 subscribers. I'm gonna buy something. No, I'm not gonna buy anything. Cash flow is king. Stay humble, stay blessed. All right guys, catch you in a bit.